I'm Cam of Pottery, and I'm a ceramic artist. My journey with clay began in 2018 when someone that I love died. To call her my friend isn't really enough, but to call her my family isn't exact either. But she was someone that I could be completely vulnerable with. Someone who was like a mother to me, and she completely changed my life. Her name was Suzanne. I was one of her caretakers at the end of her life. She decided that I would inherit her ceramic studio, her wheel, her kiln, everything. She and I had often talked in the course of our relationship about her teaching me ceramics, but then suddenly and unexpectedly, we ran out of time. So even though I had never touched clay before, I channeled my grief and devastation into learning. Pretty much immediately, I was in love. I was nuts. I ate, slept, and breathed clay. If I wasn't at her studio, our studio, or on the train on the way to our studio, I was watching throwing videos on YouTube. About a year later, in North Carolina, I launched my online shop, Copper Wilds. You're becoming a mother and one of the founding members of an intentional community. Ceramics has continued to fill me with inspiration and passion. My time in the studio is my sanctuary. Over the course of the past few years, Copper Wilds has developed a solid foundation, the vibrant online community, and is beginning to flourish. Now, however, I find myself in need of a new space to continue making art and honing my craft. On July 1st, my lease is up on my current Riverside studio. I have moved studios 6 times in the past 4 years, and let me tell you, between getting plugs outfitted so kilns can function, to all of the other dozens of moving parts of a working ceramic studio, moving studios is a giant pain. So now, with support, I plan to build a forever home for my craft. I plan to enlist the services of my landmate Nicholas and the support of my partner and Suzanne's son, Sean. And together, we plan to build a studio where my visions can take root. Here on our shared land in Western North Carolina, we plan to build a studio that will grow with me to wherever the path takes me next. With an eye toward recycled and natural materials and lumber from a local sawmill, we plan to build a small but beautiful studio with plenty of natural south-facing light that's in walking distance from our off-grid Yome up on the hill. And any person navigating the unrelenting squeeze of trying to run a small business and be a parent will understand the necessity of this. In exchange for your contribution, I've designed an array of gifts that, as far as I know, will only be available during the campaign. From smaller dollar donation gifts like earrings and plates and fermentation weights, to bigger dollar donation gifts like one-on-one classes and functional sculpture, my prayer is that you see something that inspires you and that you connect to. Since time immemorial, art cannot happen without patrons. Without Suzanne, my first and dearest patron, there wouldn't be a story to tell. The story never would have even begun. Without many of you, your encouragement and feedback, buying my work in states and countries far away, your repeated and consistent engagement with me through my triumphs and tears and transitions, Copper Wilds wouldn't be where it is today. Now, I'm asking you to become part of the next chapter of a story that, 4 years in, still has an entire lifetime to be written. Thank you for your generous support. I look forward to seeing what comes next.